chat number 53. Stuff going on this week. We did have the Yarnrith start, and thus far I think it's been uh, pretty successful. At least we've had a lot of activity. Um, I know some people were looking to play games other than League. Pretty much all the challenges have been League, so definitely I think that's one of the reasons why originally, like way back when we kind of mimicked this with how the Cure thing and Yarnhurst are done, but when we did these batch all wars years back, where you challenge people and said bargain well and done and whatnot, the person who was challenged just got to pick the battlefield, and that was kind of it. And the reason they could do that was because the only allowed battlefields were a couple of different StarCraft maps. But now we allow basically anything as long as both parties agree to it. So another thing we did that Khan and Manny continued, of course, is that both parties have to agree to the battlefield and the terms and whatnot. So you can pretty much just go back and forth negotiating and pick whatever you want. So you can even challenge somebody with the idea that you'll choose a specific battlefield. Like one thing people did last year is they would go and before they issue the challenge, they'd talk to the person they're going to challenge and say, "Hey, would you be willing to play, whatever, some indie game or something like that not a lot of us play?" And both parties were like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then they do the challenge. So there's definitely, I think, some opportunity to play in whatever game you want. It doesn't have to be League, just because a lot of people play League. Um, but yeah, so hopefully that keeps up and continues. Right now, I think the companions are certainly in the lead, but you never know. I think with the Cure thing last year, the houses, House Commander made a huge comeback in the last like few days. I think they were losing pretty badly, and then they came back and actually stole second place away from House Dane, who had been battling with Dippity for first place almost the entire competition. So you never really know what's going to happen. Hopefully it'll be closer, or at least we'll have a lot more challenges. That's been going on, and then we had the festival of Ostara on the 20th, and for that, the one thing I did was open up story time. Don't think anybody's posted there. I probably should have posted there to start it off, but we'll keep that open for a few days at least. And then I also um, started the scavenger hunt, which was Solight's idea actually. He provided some of the threads for that, and I tacked on a few of my own, and that's going to keep going till the night of the 24th, so probably midnight Pacific or something like that. Um, and yeah, anybody who finds at least 3 correct threads, correct clues, will get the mark for that festival if you don't have it already. And then actually, I am considering like some kind of addition to it. Like if you already had the mark from last year, you get like a 1 on it or a 2 or something like that. I'm not sure. I might do that just so it's not like, oh, I've already did it last year, so why would I do it this year? Um, so I might tack that on. We'll see. Shouldn't be too tough to do. And other than that, I don't think there's too much that I've been working on. There's a few cool ideas just brought up in the All thing actually recently that we could definitely talk about. I was just trying to think if there's anything else that was going on other than the festival and Yarnrith. Well, I guess we had, I guess we haven't had a fireside actually to discuss it, but of course, after Kusiag, newly became Jarl fairly recently, Solite, who had been planning to step down for quite a while, did officially step down, and now Rod is our new Jarl. So we got 2 kind of new faces in the Jarl position. Lightling Revolution, some people have pointed out, is succeeding. But yeah, I think we have some great officer staff still. I think we're in a spot where we can have people step down and whatnot, and we still have plenty of people who can fill the void and do awesome jobs. So definitely fortunate there. But yeah. So,
If I can interject, well, first of all, I'm glad to step up to the position. I hope I serve everyone well, and I just want to point out to anybody who may be listening. Hopefully, we have a light audience here today, but hopefully on Twitch or YouTube later, this would be a good time, not necessarily that we can, act out all comments or suggestions, but considering all the moving around, this would be a good time like if anybody has suggestions or comments or concerns, this would be a good time to bring them up. Um, because, with fresh faces come new, new items and new things implemented within the clan. So that'd just be, a good time to bring that up. And obviously, Kuzi can be messaged, obviously, Vest can be messaged, and myself are always available to hear those out.
As well, if I might interject a bit here, adding to your comment rather than not just Vest or Kuzi or Rod here, but as well, if you have any sort of an idea, not just for your great company, but for your war band or really anything, you got right up through chain of command. You can always bring that to your Huskarl, and then we would be more than happy to go ahead and talk about that with with other higher members of leadership. That's what we're here for. So
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of times, I mean, we all as officers are trying to like find stuff out, but a lot of times, I think if people don't message us or let us know, half the time, there's ideas and suggestions we miss out on, or the stuff going on we don't know about. So, yeah, definitely. I think I know I personally I never really go like somebody could be a scout and message me, and I never go like, oh, why didn't you follow the chain of command? Speak to your local raider or something like that. I don't care. Anybody can message me. So I think yeah, message any of us. But yeah, I guess Rod, I don't know if you want to talk about your all thing idea.
Oh, yeah, so in the off, I brought up the idea of having, because I want to work on, community building, not, outside of video games. Sometime, our houses and families, especially for new members, it can be a little bit overwhelming, and sometimes well, I don't want to change, of course, that is the heart of our community, but finding like little ways to build community with each other. And I came up with the idea of having a channel that was themed, and the theme would change every 2 weeks during a board of review period. And each review period, there would be a theme to the channel. Let's say the first theme is pets, and we might have like overrule like only post one of your pets, like a picture of one of your pets, because who doesn't want to look at other people's animals? I mean, come on now. Or the next theme could be your favorite movie or your favorite TV show. And that way, we get to know each other outside of what video games do you play or what your favorite video games are. And, um, you know, it gives you a chance to get to know people you don't necessarily talk to all the time. So you never know, two people could be, could have the same weird favorite TV show and they have something new to talk about, even if they've never talked to each other before. Another thing with this is Athfaller brought up when I talked about it with him is possibly having a competitive theme once in a while, like once every 4 or 5 review periods, where, like his idea was, oh, who can cook the best meal? And you post a picture of a meal you cooked or and the plating, and people will vote on it, and then whoever wins would win like a $5 to $10 Steam gift card or something like that out of my pocket. And I just, a lot of people seem to be in agreement with it. And if anybody has any questions or comments about it, feel free to bring them to me. And yeah.
Can I get a Steam gift card for having the fluffiest cat?
Um, that's like giving myself a Steam gift card. So.
can I get a Steam gift card for having the coolest firearm?
Possibly.
If that happens to be the competitive channel or the competitive theme, you sure can.
So were you
Yeah,
thinking that
because you got all these people with their freaking ARs that are just kitted out with ungodly attachments and stuff.
Oh
that
man.
think they're the best.
were you thinking that people would like say it's pets? Each person would just post a picture of their pets, or can people like chat and discuss everything too?
Oh,
No,
I was thinking people could chat and discuss things
Okay.
as well.
my cat is better than your cat because of this reason and that reason. That's what's gonna happen.
My gun is better than your cat because cats don't kill people.
That is a lie.
I
True,
actually
actually,
heard
that is very, very true. Cats can, in fact, kill people.
Mhm.
Oh, the other
I don't
thing,
know though. I've never taken a cat hunting.
um, were you thinking that the name of the channel would just be changed like each period, or would there be like a certain thing that we call this? Like I mean, we wouldn't call it themed channel, but like, or would it just be, say, we name it pets and then it changes to whatever the next category is, with the name of the channel?
Oh, sorry then.
If I might make a suggestion on that, I think a good way to do it would be, set the name of it to be like, have a static name and then, hyphenate it and then the category, right? So we could call it like, for instance, just as an example, ABC hyphen pets hyphen writing hyphen guns, stuff like that. That way, you have, what channel is there, and you know that that's the channel that's going to change, and you've got a limited amount of time to post, that specific thing in that channel.
That sounds like pretty good to me. I guess we'll just have to figure out what the thing before the hyphen is. We could go for some kind of, Old Norse kind of thing, in the style of Niflheim and Ginnungagap and whatnot, or just something in English like forum doesn't really make sense given that we have forums, but
Post your picture. I don't know.
it could work, but
Sorry, I had a call. I forgot to go unavailable.
oh, that's all good. Well, we can definitely figure that out, I guess. Let's see. Where are we at right now in terms of calendar? 21st. So we could start it on the start of this next roll call period, which will be in a few days here.
Oh, like the
That'd be
channels?
what, the
Sorry, I
25th?
missed the last couple minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what I figured. And also, if anybody has an, I'm probably gonna make like a Google Doc, like a spreadsheet of, the order of topics. And so if anybody has any suggestions for topics, let me know. Or themes, I mean.
Cool. Well, I think that'd be fun, and I mean, maybe I guess we could do. You said every four, so maybe if we do every four roll call periods, that's once every 2 months we do a competition one. Does that seem pretty good?
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, I think that'd be super fun. Well, all right. Anybody have anything else they want to bring up?
Yeah, who? I want to know who is winning in the scavenger hunt.
So far Ricky is the only one to
Yeah.
participate.
Oh wait, no, the only one.
Yeah.
I found 10 of
Oh man.
Oh, I thought you were like, I thought you
That's
knew
not-
that and you were trolling.
Oh dang it. Well, that's not very fun winning if I'm the only one.
Unless I don't think I've checked the forum in a couple hours here. Unless somebody responded. I was hoping, like I put in the thread. Yeah, okay. I put in the thread to message me your answers, and then it runs through Sunday night. So we'll see if we get some more.
Oh man.
So what happens if everyone finds all of the things you want people to search for? Whoever finishes it fastest, is that the tiebreaker?
I'm fairly
Probably.
sure that whenever you said I already know all the places, I think everyone just gave up.
I didn't know. Actually, I got a couple wrong. So.
You
But
should say that so as to not to discourage other people.
Just want to let everybody know. Remind your warband members to answer their challenges. We got about half of them that are not responded to right now. That's all.
I still have to battle Manny. I got everything fixed, so woohoo.
yeah, I may have to bug people a
Indeed.
little. I know even with me, I mean, I think I only have one outstanding one, but sometimes I get enough pings or messages where the problem is like I have time to look at my phone, so I'll check it, so that removes the notification, but I don't have time to like respond or whatever. And then the problem is then I get back on later when I have time, and I forget that I actually got the notification. So I
Right,
imagine
you can never
some
find
people
it.
get that. But yeah. Well, cool. Anybody have anything else they want to bring
Um, no.
Everyone, make sure you lobby in support of a gun show.
up? One thing I might do that I had the thought is I might make a thread on the forums where I have like where we have the like the upcoming top themes we have planned, just so people I guess like know in advance if you want to like prepare somehow. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, Cozy had that idea too. Like or putting it on the calendar,
Hey,
even though there's only so much room on the
what
calendar.
idea did I
Speak
have?
of the devil, and he will show.
Putting the themes for the theme channel on like or
Oh,
like having
right.
it someplace so people know in advance.
Right. So they can prepare. Yeah. Sorry, I was finishing eating.
yeah, I think that's a good idea. And I was thinking in the thread, I mean, we even have like I don't know how far we'll have it planned out, but even like beyond like say the next 2 weeks or 4 weeks that we can show in the calendar. I guess if people want to.
Just like a rolling itinerary.
Yeah, so maybe we have it planned out like a month or 2 months or however many themes that we actually have figured out in time. Just give people some idea, I guess. Or I guess I mean, personally, I'd do it so that I myself don't forget to switch it over or whatnot. Right. I mean, I think yeah. You guys should be able to. Kusi and Rod, you guys can edit the channels, so I think you guys can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, I don't mind being like the main proprietor of the channel.
Okay, cool.
Hall monitor.
All right. Anybody have anything else they want to bring up? Otherwise-
Yeah, the most exciting thing that's happened since I've been here is Warrior popped in to say hi.
That's
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I think there's a lot of old members kind of like hanging around the server that I think are still have accounts. Like I know like Mar, aka Kvigwrecker, and Ingivar, and I think
Well, we know Warrior doesn't have an account.
and Commander are all around. Yeah, Warrior. I don't know. Oh, you're talking about the forums. Sorry, I meant on
Oh, I'm
Discord.
talking about the forums.
Yeah, Warrior definitely does not have a forum account.
You're like,
I mean-
he was like, oh, maybe we could probably let you see the forums. Actually, probably not. You like, yeah, actually no.
They'll
Is there
just
like a read-only role for the forum?
there is.
Okay.
I don't think I'm so
might be
nervous that with like the basic registered member role, he could somehow like
Hey, I mean,
eradicate them. But
I'm sure you can figure it out.
all of a sudden, I see like 500 failed admin log control panel login attempts.
Make sure to find HD remaster, by the way, guys. The Manigothi remade the speech.
Oh
Gotta
yeah,
check it out.
we should post that on the forums
Indeed.
too. I think one nice thing
Oh,
about the
dear.
forums is there's few enough posts that stuff like that, we can kind of archive it a little bit in a way.
Funny enough, I was actually because I am feeling a lot better. If you can't tell, my voice isn't cracking, a million times a minute now,
How are you gonna do
and
it
I
then?
can actually yell again. So I can actually go ahead and remake the Speech HD Remaster Definitive Edition. This time, I do believe this one is going to be the Speech HD Remaster Definitive Edition Game of the Year Edition.
No, she do
Uh,
Redux.
and-
Promotion.
Yeah, Redux, like
it'll-
Metro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Redux.
exactly. And then, from that point, I'll be able to go ahead and re-upload that and actually give Dane what he wanted, which was more conviction.
I
Yes.
like the original one. I like the original HD remaster.
Who wouldn't want somebody who sounds like a crusader just doing crusader things?
Deus Volt Infidel. Non nobis domine.
Manny, you might want to watch some like Churchill speeches before you actually do your thing, just to get
Churchill
inspired.
speeches. Churchill didn't yell enough, did you know who was good at yelling? On the other side of the conflict, Adolf Hitler.
Hitler?
That guy had
Oh,
a
Jesus.
voice, man.
It's not about the yelling; it's about the pacing.
True, very good point. Yeah, I can definitely work on that. I do actually want to get like instead of a meme version out, I do actually want to work on making a really good version. and like an actual decent, good speech instead of a shit post, because thus far it's been shit posts. So I might actually have to get with you on that, Vest, and see if we can like create some form of a speech, and
Sure.
then we can work on that. Just that way we have some more grand content, as it were.
For sure. Oh, and also, they were just talking about it in Meat Hall. Reminded me that, yeah, for the Uko trivia, it's actually pretty easy to make lists. I think me or Leta can actually tell you how to do it now because we've both done it. Um, he made that House Dane trivia, so thanks for doing that. That was awesome. I think the more WA trivia we have would be cool. Or anything really, like they were saying, Elder Scrolls and Meat Hall. That'd be
Oh,
fun.
y'all gonna get fucked by Artie and I on that.
Well, the one nice thing is, yeah, I mean, most of those trivia categories that are in there right now are just ones that just came with the cog, the app, basically that I installed on the bot that I didn't make, and some of them are a little bit frustrating in that the way they have like the answers, they didn't include like with or without punctuation, or sometimes there's typos and stuff like that. If you do spot any, let me know and I can try to fix it because I can just edit those category or those trivias. But also making our own, yeah, we can of course make them better. All right, well, we'll probably wind down and close the Fireside chat here then, unless anyone has any final stuff they want to bring up.
Yeah.
Begins the speech.
Well, all right, cool. Well, we started off not too many people. We got pretty good attendance going. But thanks everyone for showing up, tuning in on Twitch and watching VODs. I'll have VOD up on YouTube ASAP as usual, and we'll be back next week, 5 Pacific. So see you then.